Hello art beaders, Becky here for artbeads.com, and I've got a brand new video for you today. Today we're continuing our look into bead embroidery techniques, and I'm going to be showing you how to make a beaded bail on a bead embroidery focal. This will help you easily attach your bead embroidery focals to the rest of your jewelry design, for instance a necklace. So let's take a look at just how to make a beaded bail on your bead embroidery focals. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do a beaded bail at the top of your bead embroidered focal. I've made a picot edge around the brick stitch edge of my bead embroidered focal, and if you need any help on how to do these techniques, we do have a whole video series for how to do these bead embroidery techniques, so make sure to check those out if you're new here. And I have left 4 beads at the center top of my brick stitch edge open for my seed bead bail, and I've got my thread coming out of that first bead. So to make a beaded bail, it's really rather simple. You're going to want to choose the beads that you want to use. I have been using these gold seed beads and these turquoise seed beads in the body of my piece, and I think I'll use the gold seed beads. They are A-dot round seed beads. I think I'll use those for my beaded bail. I'm guessing that I'm going to be using some gold components in the rest of my necklace that I'll be making, so I think the gold bail would look nice with everything else. And again, just kind of highlight that gold color that is present in the details of the flowers. So I'm going to pick up, let's see, we've got 5. I'm going to pick up 10 of these seed beads. So we've got 3, 6, 7. Oops, I lost one. 7, 8, 9, 10. So I've got the 10 seed beads on my thread, and now I'm just going to go back down through the seed bead I'm coming out of to form a loop. And before you fully secure this, it might be a good idea to check the size of your loop. 10 is a good amount. See that? So nice. And you can go back through all of these loops at the end, but I'm going to move my needle over to the next seed bead to make the next loop in the bail. So my thread is coming out of the next bead over, and I'm going to pick up 10 seed beads again, and that's pretty much all there is to it. You're just making seed bead loops at the top of your focal to make this seed bead bail. So really easy, and you can adjust the size if you're working with multiple strands or thicker like ribbon or leather. You can adjust the size of your loop to whatever you like. So we've got 3, 6, 9. I need one more bead on there, and then pull it down and go back through the seed bead I'm coming out of to make the loop. There we go. And then I'm bringing my needle up through the next seed bead over on the brick stitch edge, and we'll make another loop for the beaded bail. So I've got my 10 seed beads on there. I'm going to go back through the seed bead I'm coming out of on that edge to form a loop. There we go, and we've got one more loop to make for our beaded bail, and then we'll go back through all of these loops again to reinforce them, make them stronger, and to kind of make the shape a little nicer as well. I've got my last seed bead loop in place, and you can see that beaded bail looks really nice. Just a really nice way to easily make it easy to add your focal to your finished necklace. And I'm going to go back through these seed bead loops to reinforce, and I'm going to go back up through the bead, and to do that without undoing my loop, I'm going to kind of catch the bead backing here. So if I go through the bead backing, it won't undo the loop that I've already created. And that's kind of hard to show on camera, but just catch some of the bead backing, making sure like not to come through the fabric on the back of your piece. And now I'm coming back up through there, and I'm going to go through all of the seed beads that I added in my last loop. And this is something you can do as you go. You can reinforce each of these seed bead loops as you make them, but I thought I would just show you how to do it at the end all at once. So I'm just going back through all of these beads in my seed bead loop, and then going back down through the seed bead that I'm coming out of, that the loop is coming out of on the edge. And you can see that that kind of just helps the shape of the loop, and it also reinforces. So reinforcing the next loop over is going to be easy since we're not coming out of that loop. We don't have to kind of pierce the backing to make sure nothing comes undone. We can just go up through all of those beads in the next loop over. Going through all of them. And you can do this once or twice, even 3 times if you want. Just reinforce those seed beads in the loop because they are going to be kind of holding your project up. That's what's holding the pendant in place on your necklace. So reinforcing, making that a stronger loop is always a good idea. It is nice too that there are multiple loops in the bail. You know, your piece isn't held up just by one seed bead loop. So strengthen numbers in that way. So yeah, you can reinforce however many times you feel is necessary. I would suggest at least once or twice. I've got all of my seed bead loops reinforced. They're stronger, the shape is better, and it just looks like a really nice beaded bail that flows perfectly into the rest of the design and is going to make it easy for me to add this to the center of a necklace. I'm just going to secure this thread. I'm going to bring the needle up through the next seed bead over and through that first bead on that picot edge there, and I'm actually going to knot the thread between beads here just to secure it a little more, and I'm going to weave through some more beads. I'm going to go through the rest of that picot edge. And so you can't even tell that the knot is there. I'm going to knot between this last bead in the picot edge. Be careful you don't get snagged on all these other beads that you've got going here. Create a knot there. And I'm going to go back down through that bead. And then I might go up through the next picot edge and knot a couple times more, and then just trim my excess thread. And then you'll have a completed bead embroidery pendant that you can add to your jewelry designs. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this video was helpful to you. Remember, we've got other great videos for other bead embroidery techniques available on our YouTube channel as well. We also have a really great guide to bead embroidery on our blog at artbeads.com, so make sure to check that out too. And as always, make sure to leave a like and a comment, and make sure to subscribe so you're the first to know when videos like this one are out. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.